Trying to start with $5 and see how much you can make me in Cash App. In Cash App me yet? No, bro. I don't think I'm good on that. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Keith? I'm turn my light on. Bro, can find a switch, bro. Fuck. There we go. You got a Discord? Yeah, Dale. I thought you was in my Discord already. Why your name looks so familiar? Let's do some trade breakdowns. This was yesterday's trade. Got broke even. Price edge my TP1 to be honest, but got broke even for that bitch. Let's delete the chart, start all over. Delete these as well. Let's clear all this other stuff. Oh, this AU trade up here played out pretty nicely. That's from yesterday, I think. How many viewers you got on there? On Discord, bro? How many viewers I got in? How many people I got in my server? I don't know. My Discord look not even active for it, bro. Like, I think I'm the only person talking in there. Like actually. But imagine I held this trade all the way from up here, bro, all the way down here. That'd been nasty. All right, currently on my chart's about to redo all these breakdowns besides the trade I'm actually in. I am in an EU trade right now. So I'm just gonna leave that one. We're gonna start off on UJ, daily time frame. Overall bullish. How do I know? Price made a new high up here above this previous high to the left hand side. So we are bullish on the daily, bullish on the 4 hour as well. Price creating these equal highs. This was the previous high we just broke. Price gave us a break, retest for continuation. As long as we stay above these highs, we should continue up in the 4 hour time frame. So 4 hours bullish as well. 1 hour is also bullish as long as we stay above this higher low. So we can just take some sells below this area or buy above this area. 4 hour will remain bullish and get breaking current highs for break and retest continuation. And if we break this low down here, this will be breaking the 4 hour higher low and the 1 hour higher low. Both these time frames will both be shifting bearish at the exact same time below this low. So it makes a lot of sense to take some below this area. Prices inside the range, don't want to participate inside that range. I thought you mentioned Twitch. No. Selling below this low, we can look to target these lows down here. This is a nice setup, so we're going to favorite that. We might actually get some trades on there possibly. And which makes sense because USD is the base pair here. So I need this to go down. And if this goes down, that means EU should continue higher. So that's good. For correlation, AU should continue higher as well. So looking at the daily time frame, AU overall bearish. How do I know that? Price is making new lows. Price creates some equal lows here. As long as we stay below this high right over here, we should remain bearish on a daily time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, we're bullish here though. Price creates some equal lows here. Took out this lower high, higher low, higher high, and we'll play out this high right over here. So 4 hour time frame is bullish. 1 hour time frame is bullish as well. We had some consolidation right over here. Price broke above all these highs, created these higher highs and higher lows, and having a bullish continuation. So 4 hour and 1 hour are both bullish. It makes more sense to take sells. You could be looking to target these daily highs up here. I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame to find our levels. This is our previous high right over here. Also want to take a note of this level right over here. Actually, let's make this show this lower. Let's use this level right over here. But now we just prices coming up to react off of this level potentially. we have a break and retest of this area for continuation to the upside. As far as sell, I really want sell to the forward goes bearish, and it doesn't happen until price comes down and take this low here. This is where the forward goes bearish. So sells below here make sense. So we can just delete this mid level because we're not looking to trade off of it anyway. So why have it on our screen? Let's just clean it up and delete it off the chart. Setup looks good as well. We hit TP on EU already. Yes, we just have TP1, so we're going to take parcels off of the trade. And secure. Actually, spread got me a little bit shy of TP1, which is unfortunate. But we're still going to close the trade anyway. Okay. Still going to take parcels anyway. We're going to break stocks to break even. So close for about 0.7%. 0.5%. Closed a little bit early, but whatever. It is what it is. 5 more trades, and I will be getting another payout on top one. 5 more trades. 5 more winning trades. We should be good for another payout on top one. So pretty solid. Let's continue. AU, we did that. Let's look at Euro JPY. Looking at Euro JPY. We're overall bullish on the daily at some really, not all time highs, but we had some really deep highs. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, overall bullish here as well. Again, we broke above these previous highs on the left hand side right over here, making a new high. Aggressively bullish. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, we're bullish here as well. Price created these equal highs here. We made a new high above these equal highs. Price never took this low. So we should be bullish as long as we stay above this low right over here. So we already have looking at a brief retest off of this low. Already got the break. Now we just need to retest and continue to the upside. For ourselves, I really want to sell to 4-hour goes bearish. It doesn't happen until price comes all the way down here, to be honest. So just strictly buys opportunities. Or you can look to take a buy. We get a steep retracement, we take a buy for this area. So let's delete this over here. Just ignore it off the screen. Use this as a range. Just SP, thanks for the follow, bro. Let's look at GJ. GJ, clear the chart, so I will remove the bookmark. Daily time frame, overall bullish. How do I know? Price made a new high above these equal highs right over here. With this push up, making that new high. Price gave us a retracement that never took this low. Now we start to come back up. So we should remain bullish as long as we stay above this lower high right over here. Higher low right over here. Daily time frame. 4-hour time frame is bullish as well. Price was bearish here with these lower lows and lower highs as we came to take out this low and take out this low. Now price is coming back up, going above this high. We have a higher high, higher low, and equal highs right over here. As long as we stay above this high, higher low right over here, we should continue to be bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So we know if we look to take sells, it will be below this area. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Look at on the 1-hour time frame. We are overall bullish here as well. Real quick. Alright, 1-hour time frame, overall bullish as well. Price was in between these highs and these lows, creating this range. We have a breakout above the range, a retracement, and a trend continuation, giving us this higher highs and higher lows form at this bullish push. So 1-hour time frame is bullish as well. Now we are looking like we're coming to retest these areas up here. I've got to break and retest above this overall range just to be safe. This is the bottom of the range, so already cool. Take sells below this area. This is where the 4-hour shift bearish and the 1-hour shift bearish at the same time. But at this moment, the 1 hour is currently bullish as we respect these previous lows sitting right over here. We had a lot of nice setups tonight, so not gonna lie. Look on the daily time frame on GU. Overall bearish. How do I know? Price made a new low below this low to the left hand side. Let's just start off the push that made that new low. As long as we stay above, as long as we stay below this lower low and this lower high up here, we should technically continue bearish. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame now. Put on the 4 hour time frame, we're bullish. Price made a new low below this low right over here. This lower low, lower high, lower low, making a new low. Prices now came up and take out this lower high, so now we shift into bullish structure. Now have higher highs and higher lows. So our 4 hour time frame is now bullish on GU. Got our 1 hour time frame. Our 1 hour time frame is bearish though. Looking at this 1 hour structure, as you can see, we have higher highs and higher lows. Price came to take out this low, but we decided to shift bearish with a new lower low, equal highs, lower low. As long as price stay below this area, we technically should still be bearish. And so price could look to take out this low here. This is just a retracement or overall bearish push. So our 1 hour time frame is bearish, 4 hour time frame is bullish. So let's wait for either price. It's a Thursday, so it could be a little more aggressive. We could take a kind of trade because it's a Thursday. So we can look to take sales below this area. We have clean range to the left hand side to fill to target this low right over here. 4 hour time frame. Other than that, on the 1 hour time frame, we can look for bullish continuations after we break up out of this range to the upside. But I don't want to trade inside this overall price action. This price action is choppy. Again, we have multiple levels that got invalidated in this area. We have a level here to monitor, a level here to monitor, a level here to monitor, a level here to monitor. Like it's too much level to monitor all of this area. So it makes more sense to just wait for price to break above that range into a cleaner range where we only can have here, 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 and here to monitor. So as far as sales looking to the downside, we don't really have to worry about too much besides this low right over here, these lows right over here. So let's look at gold now. Looking at gold, we're overall bullish. We have a higher high, or steep retracement now, potential trend continuation after this bullish engulfing sitting right over here. Daily time frame overall bullish, 4 hour time frame bullish as well. Create some relative equal lows here. This was the highest point price went before making those equal lows. We took out this high and we took out this high right over here. So that's that the 4 hour time frame is now bullish. As you can see, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high as we broke up this overall range. The 4 hour time frame is bullish alongside the daily time frame being bullish. Thanks for the gifts, bro. You planning to sell GBP? I forgot what I said. We can go back over after I'm finished though, because that's what I'm going for. We can go back over after this though. So 4 hour time frame is bullish, 1 hour time frame is bullish as well. How do I know? Price have a higher high, higher low, 3 broke highs left hand side, making a new high, higher low, and a new high. Right, so this is clearly bullish market structure. So 4 hour time frame bullish, 1 hour time frame bullish makes more sense to take buys on gold. Looking at potential buy areas, we can mark off our current high, which will be this high right over here. Our previous high will be this high back over here. So we can either wait for price to give us a steep retracement back into this previous high for trend continuation to the upside, or for price to close above these equal highs over here and look for a trend continuation to the upside above this area. But there's no targets to look like. There's no oh, actually it is. Look at 1 hour time frame. Well, we have clean range to fill all the way to price comes up to equal highs. This is very, very clean range to fill. This is a nice setup. I like this on gold. Let's put this in our favorites. You said GBP. On GBP USD, like sells below this 1.30900 area and buys above this 1.13900 area. And GJ, like buys above this 203.500 area, and I like sells below this 202.300 area. So we did these already. So that's one. Let's look at NASDAQ. Because I'm waiting for the liquidity from the high to on the GBP. I don't trade liquidities, sweeps, and things like that, to be honest. So, I mean, if that's what you're waiting for, wait. Of course, I want to encourage you to wait for your setup and take your own setup, bro. This song is ass. I didn't even understand the pool. I didn't even click on Fortnite chat. I was just playing Fortnite, so that's why that popped up. I didn't even click that shit down. Looking on the daily time frame on that's one overall bullish. This is a nice healthy retracement that pulled back into previous daily highs and we got a bullish engulfing. We have some potential continuations off of this whole entire level to retest these highs up there. So aggressively bullish on the NAS 100. On on the daily time frame. Looking on the 4 time frame, we are bearish with potential to go bullish. We have lower lows and lower highs here. Price is looking like it wants to come up, test these previous highs on the left hand side. We have internal structure, higher highs and higher lows. So, but we are respecting this area so far, so we can just mark it off. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, price is overall inside a range. We're creating this higher high, higher low, higher high. So we're going to stay above this area, which gives us this range. So you could take some buys above this 4 hour high also all the way up here. You could take sells below this low down here. We have clean range to the left hand side above this high to target these highs up here. So we have to be mindful of this projections right over here. As far as to the downside, we have clean candles to the left hand side to target these low right over here. But we have to be mindful of this mid-level center right here. So yeah. That's what I think about NAS 100. 1 hour is bullish, 4 hours bearish with potential to go bullish. That's what I think about that. Peyton, thanks for the follow. Ahmed. Fuck, I can't say your name, bro. Thanks for the follow, bro. Jordan, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. If y'all new to the stream, bro, how long have y'all been trading and what do y'all been trading? Let me know, talk to me. GBPCHF, let's look at it. Daily time frame on GBPCHF, overall aggressively bearish, made a new low below this low to the left hand side right over here. So sellers are in control on the daily time frame. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, sellers are in control here as well. Again, made a new low sitting below this low right over here. This is the highest point price went before making this new low sitting down here. So as long as we stay below this low, this high up here, we should continue to the downside. 4 hour sellers are in control as well. 1 hour time frame, let's get into it. 1 hour time frame is aggressively bearish. We're bullish here, creating these higher highs and higher lows. Price took out all of these lows right over here. We're confirming our bearish momentum. So we are aggressively bearish on 1 hour time frame as well. We have a break of these previous low right over here and this previous low right over here. And we have a decent size retracement, not really steep enough for me though. But looking at our 1 hour time frame, let's draw our levels. We could use our current low right over here, and our previous low will be right back here. So we can either wait for price to pull back into this area up here for a sell bearish continuation, or pull back into this break and retest this area right over here for bearish continuation. But we don't know how steep this pullback will be. It can stop right here and continue down. It can go deeper and continue down. Like, we don't know. This is an overall aggressive move, so I would rather see a healthy retracement back into this area as opposed to just taking this small retracement after this big ass push down. I need to see a healthy retracement in there. So as far as buys, I really won't want to buy GBPCHF until price breaks above this 4 hour high up here. This is where the 4 hour shift bullish. So it makes more sense to take approach and trades above this area. 3 months, gold and NQ. Trade NQ about 2 months. So both of y'all pretty new. We got some fresh meat over here. CEO Sony. Welcome to the follow. Welcome to the stream, bro. Thanks for the follow. Who have you been learning from? I've been watching YouTube, I've been watching TikTok, and who specifically, out of curiosity? I'm pretty sure I'm going to say ICT though, to be honest. Hey guys, right now in GCHF stopped. What? Hey guys, right now in GBPCHF stop was below that previous low. Didn't see news was coming out. You're in GBPCHF. Stops below this low, so you're in buys. Been watching PB trading. I have no idea who that is. YouTube. Just starting off YouTube. Who have you been watching on YouTube? And who is PB trading? To the person that's in GBPCHF, I got a question. If you're in buys, why do you want to take buys after an aggressive push down like this? Out of curiosity. Like if somebody's dropping a knife off the top of the roof and you on the ground, are you gonna put your hand down, put your hand under it and try to catch it? You might catch it. You might not catch it. You might lose a hand. Right? So seeing a push down like this that's so aggressive, we call this a falling knife. Right? It's so aggressive. Seeing a push down like this that's so aggressive, why would you want to buy this? Why not just be a little bit more patient and wait for this sell continuation to set up later on after a healthy retracement and then a continuation down? Even though you're looking to anticipate a retracement, yes, so you don't know how steep that retracement is going to be. The retracement could just come here and then continue down. Then you get stopped out. It can come here, put you a little bit in profit, and then continue down. Then you get stopped out. It can come here, hit your TP, and then reverse. But at the same time, right, this is just setting up a 20 pip move just to set up for a 80 pip move, right? So as far as risk to reward aspect, you get better risk to reward potential with waiting for a steeper retracement. And it's also a higher quality trade because it will be approaching as opposed to taking a buy after seeing a push down like this so aggressive. Prices in a discount try to reach equilibrium. Let me know if I'm wrong. Prices in a discount. Discount means you buy at a cheaper price. Yes, price is technically at a discount because you're buying at a cheaper price, meaning price is over here, you be buying it at 1.05. Right down here, you're buying at 1.04. Right, so technically you are buying at a cheaper price, but it's important to go with the direction of the market. Don't matter if the price is good or not, if it's still decreasing in value. So something is worth $1. Something was worth 1.05, but instead of buying it there, you bought it at 1.04. But this specific product has potential to drop even further down to 1.3 or 1.05. I mean 1.36 or something like that. Like it has potential to drop even further. Why would you settle for buying at 1.04 when it has potential to go even further? Yeah, doesn't make sense. So yes, you're technically buying at a discount, but who's to say that this is the stop of the discount? Say this is just 50% off. What if it goes 90% off, etc. So that whole buying at a discount or equilibrium, all that other shit, that's the fancy way of putting it, but that's really unnecessary. And that is the reason why a lot of people fail in that shares, to be honest, because they looking at buy low, sell high as its bare bones. In reality, that's not it's not suitable unless you have market sentiment on your side. In this case, market sentiment is bearish, so buying low in a bearish market makes no sense. Let's continue the breakdowns though. I'm looking at US 30. Wait, let's look at my EU trade. Okay, we parked the TP2 on EU. Nice. Let's look at US 30. US 30 daily time frame is overall bullish. We are making a new high above this previous high to the left hand side. As long as price stay above this higher low, which technically should still be in buyer's territory. Meaning buyers are simply in control on the daily time frame. Do you trade fundings or personal? Both. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're aggressively bullish as well. Again, price was bearish back here. Yes, sellers were in control. We made a new low below this previous low to the left hand side. We just pushed down. Price eventually came up to take this high, shifting from bearish structure to down bullish structure. And we came to take out all of these highs up here. So buyers are in control of the 4-hour time frame. Buyers are in control of the daily time frame as well. Makes more sense to look for buy opportunities. Going on the 1-hour time frame, again, very self-explanatory. Buyers are definitely in control. Let's look at levels now. So we're looking for buy opportunities, but we don't want to buy at any random given point of price. Yeah, I have a Discord. It should be in my bio. If it's not in my bio, send me a message on TikTok and I can send you the link for free. Looking at US 30. Buyers are in control overall, so we're going to look for buy opportunities. This is our current high. Damn, where's our previous high? Okay, we're going to do our previous high back over here and our current higher low, which should be this 1-hour mid-level right over here. We're not going to mark that off because I don't even want to take counter trend sales. This doesn't make sense. Looking for buy bullish continuation, so we can wait for pullback into previous highs for a trend continuation to the upside alongside the 1-hour, 4-hour, and the daily already being aggressively bullish. Or if price doesn't give me a steep enough pullback and instead it stops right here, just give us this breakthrough test. We can look to take this bullish continuation above this previous high to the left. What is current high to the left hand side? Either one works fine for me, but bullish overall. I'm not going to do the rest of these, to be honest, because we already got some solid setups for today. Did you see that FTMO is back in the US? No, I didn't see that. I used to use FTMO like 4 years ago. But ever since they stopped fucking with US, I stopped using them. But I've been hearing about people, like US people using FTMO. I thought they were just using like overseas address. Because I know people that do that. So all of the pairs we break down today, I'm already in this EU trade. UJ looks pretty solid for sales down here. Gold looks okay. Gold looks better than UJ. Let's put gold as our number 2 pair for the session. AU looks pretty solid. AU looks better than UJ, so we're gonna put AU above UJ. EJ looks good as well. Damn, all of these shits look good, but we got a lot of solid setups for tonight, to be honest. So we're just gonna focus on these 4, or these 3. I'm already in EU, so I'm really not looking at it too much. I'm already in this trade. Stops are at break even. This is a very solid trade, but Not really looking at the trade no more. I'm just gonna let it do what it do. I did take partials off of this trade though. Wait, where's my fucking? Let's go to settings. Let's add the more canvas. So let's screenshot this real quick. This was the EU position that you see on the screen right over here. This was this position. Copy straight from screenshot straight from my broker. This I bought in right over here. I just took partials out as price made a new high above here. I did have stops sitting below this low. It's a pretty solid trade. But that's this trade to see right here on screen. But they take some partials out, we still got it running though. So let's see what this runner do. Somebody said JP. Oh, YouTube. You've been looking at Chris. Say I have no idea who Chris Train is. Some side Wall Street Trapper. I know Wall Street Trapper is. I never watched his trading content to be honest. Trades by side. That guy is lit, bro. That's my nigga right there, bro. I fuck with Trades by side. I really like his content. I don't know who Chris Saying is. Been watching PB Trading. Yeah, I have no idea who PB Trading is. Who is PB Trading? Oh, it's that one girl you seen on Instagram. That who that is? Oh, that's not who it is then. Oh, I thought it was that one girl. Some girl that be live trading on Instagram all the time. Not live trading, but posting like Instagram shorts. I must say, I didn't know she had YouTube. And they have MT5 available as well. Fuck MT5, bro. Trade Locker is so much better than MT5. But how do you stream and not get restricted for unoriginal content? I keep getting it. Facecam. What do you base your biases off of? I ask myself who's in more control, buyers or sellers. That's the whole foundation of my trading strategy. I ask myself who's in more control, buyers or sellers. That's how I determine the bias. And after I determine who's more in control, I establish where they're in control at, like where on the chart price is at. So I determine who's in more control just by asking myself, are we making new highs or new lows? If we're making new highs, buyers are in control. If we're making new lows, sellers are in control. That's how I determine the bias. And I do that by multiple time frame confluence. So if the daily is bullish, buyers are in control. 4 hours bullish, buyers are in control. 1 hour is bearish, sellers are in control, hypothetically speaking. I would just simply wait for the 1 hour time frame to shift into bullish structure alongside the higher time frame already being buyers in control. And I look for buy opportunities. Vice versa. If the daily is bearish, if the daily is bullish, 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bearish, I have more time frames telling me that sellers are in control than there are that telling me that buyers are in control. Means though, it's 2 time frames that are bearish, 1 time frame that is bullish. By default, it's already a higher probability that I'm going to win on the sell side just because I have more structure, more time frames telling me that sellers are in control at the moment. So that's how I determine bias. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, bro. I put it and I still got it. Maybe I need more light in my room. I can turn my light off and it still won't give me unoriginal content. I'm not sure. You might have to look it up on YouTube because I was getting that at first, but it was making me. It kept restricting me, saying you need a face cam, you need a face cam. I was getting that shit at first, then I put my face cam on and it stopped doing it. So I thought it was because of face cam, but I don't really know. You might have to look it up on YouTube. How do you place a big trade? You don't. Your trade size determines your account size, unless you full port. Take your gimbal, no problem, flip. Unless you full port. If you full port, then you could get a big trade. But again, that's not proper risk management. And trying to chase a big trade is a recipe for disaster. You can't get a big trade on command. It just has to come to you naturally. Like I don't predict when I have a big trade. Like This was a trade I took the other day on GPCHF. I took sales back here. I took one trade right over here, which was this entry. Then I got the scaling entry at this area. I closed both of these trades at about a 1 to 2 risk to reward, totaling out at about a 2 to 4 risk to reward because it was 2 positions, right? I didn't know this trade was going to go all the way the fuck down here. So this could have been a big trade, but I didn't know that was going to be a big trade. So you can't like predict when a big trade is going to happen. You gotta let it come naturally. I closed my trade here because price was approaching this low. I didn't know this low was going to get straight obliterated and price to continue down. Like you just can't predict a big trade. It's just gotta come naturally. I think I took that trade 2 days ago. Yesterday I took UJ. Yesterday I took this. This shit I took yesterday. I got broke even on this trade. Price came outside to reject off of this level. I brought out to break even after this bullish engulfing, and the price eventually came down to stop at a break even. I did take partially though, so it was a pretty small trade though. Probably like $70 I got on this trade, or $50 I got on this trade. Nothing crazy. But that was good management. That was good risk management on my part. But this is about like market sentiment. So if you're in a bearish trend, you will wait until it hit a bearish confluence with the fair value gap. I don't trade fair value gaps at all. I trade support resistance. So fair value gap is a concept. Support resistance is its own concept. Supply and demand is its own concept. Again, it's a lot of different ways to trade. I personally don't trade fair value gaps. I trade support resistance. So to put it in perspective as a teaching reference, right? Technically, if you see a market that looks like this, right? Any pivot point you see in price is a level of support or resistance. So we have support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. Instead of looking at all of these different support levels, I look at my recent ones. So if we had a market like this, I would just mark off current high, previous high, current high or low. And I will zoom in on those price action. I will either wait for a break of previous high, which would be this high over here, a retest and a trend continuation to give me this higher high, higher low, buying at a higher low, for price to potentially come up and make a new high. Or I'll wait for a price to pull back into previous highs for a trend continuation, anticipating that we are going to make this break, retest, and continuation. So in a bullish market, in a bearish market, as you said, I'm looking for sells. I will mark off my current low, previous low, current lower high, wait for price to either break my current high. Not high. I wait for price to either break my current low, make a new low, retrace back into that low to their previous low for a trend continuation to the downside, or I'll wait for price to just immediately retrace back into previous low, then take on sell continuation. It takes so long to understand trades. If it's taking long to understand trades, it's because what you're trying to understand is too complicated. I take pride in my trading strategy because I personally think I have the easiest trading strategy there is to learn. And I have multiple people that I did one-on-one coaching calls with that told me that my trading strategy is easy as fuck. We just hit TP2. We're going to take some more parcels off on this trade. Yeah, so I think what you're trying to understand as a trader is too complicated for you to understand. That's why it's hard for you to understand. Less is more when it comes to trading, right? You don't need a bunch of different indicators. You need a whole bunch of different levels. You don't need all that extra shit. Less is more, bro. Keep your charts clean and simple, and you're gonna be good. Let's change my candlestick colors though. I want them all black. That shit looks cool. There we go. And the reason why I say my trading strategy is the easiest to understand is because first thing you have to know how to do with understanding my strategy is be able to tell who's in market control. So being able to spot higher highs and higher lows, and lower lows and lower highs. That's the first step. Being able to spot this. Who's in control? Buyers or sellers. Once you're able to spot this, you literally just go to the 1 hour time frame. Wait. Go to the 1 hour time frame, say buyers in control, and then you mark off 3 levels. Current high, previous high, current high or low. So current high, previous high, current high or low. Those are the 3 levels I look at. I wait for price to either pull back into previous high and then look to take a buy continuation. If price doesn't pull back this deep and it pulls back a little bit, right? Say price just pulls back a little bit, doesn't quite tap to the level, then goes back higher and breaks above this, which was our current high, making this our new previous high, then pulls back into this area, then I would take this as a bullish continuation. Those either ones. Then if I'm really feeling it and price doesn't do either and price just continues down, I'll wait to take sells. If price takes this low, this is where market shifts from buyers in control to sellers in control, and I wait for the same exact thing. A break, a retest, and a continuation. So my trading strategy is literally the easiest, because the only thing you have to do is be able to understand higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, and break and retest off one of those areas. So let's do a breakdown example on this EU trade that I'm actually in. So when I came to the chart, this is what I see, right? Actually, let's clear everything. Let's lock this. We can delete these. The price already hit. We don't care. Clear everything and start all over. So when I came to the chart, price was back here somewhere. Let's go to the daily time frame to show you in reference on what I mean. So when I come to the chart, first thing I'm asking myself, so what time frame do you look at when you're looking at your strategy? I do a top-down analysis. I start on the daily time frame, go to the 4 hour time frame, I go to the 1 hour time frame. Now draw my levels in the 1 hour time frame. Once price pull back to my levels, I go to the 5 hour time frame to enter. So I'm going to show you exactly everything I look for in detail with this trade example right over here. So as you can see, daily time frame is bearish. How do I know the daily time frame is bearish? Easy. Because let's make this a different color. Actually, let's make it thicker and make it blue. Actually, we're gonna do yellow. Actually, no, we're gonna do red. Can you get a better fucking red though, bro? And the red ugly. Alright. So this is what I'm looking at. I see price is bullish here, making clear higher highs and higher lows. Yes. Price came down, take out this low. This is where we shift from buyers being in control to sellers being in control. Once sellers regain control, you see we have new lower lows and lower highs forming. Price made this low after breaking this previous low to the left hand side, and we have a retracement. This lets you know that buyers are in control on the daily time frame. Yes. Then I do the same exact. So I mentioned it in my head. Let's put it on a chart. Daily bullish. So in my head, I'm saying daily time frame is bullish. I do the same thing on 1 hour time frame. Ask myself who's in control, buyers or sellers. Okay. Then I go to the 4 hour time frame. I do the exact same thing. Ask myself who's in more control, buyers or sellers. Looking at this price action, as you can see, we have higher highs and higher lows right over here. Price took out these lows. This is where we shift from buyers being in control to sellers being in control. You have lower lows, lower highs as price come down, so on and so forth. Price created some relatively equal lows here. You have the shift in structure going back to bullish. This impulse move up. This impulse move up took out, not only did it take out this lower high, took out this lower high, and eventually took out this lower high. This lets me know on a 4 hour time frame specifically that buyers are in control. What's good, Twan? Thanks for all the gifts, bro. This lets me know that 4 hour time frame is now buyers in control. Looking at this 4 hour structure, we have clear, higher highs, and higher lows. Right? So daily time frame, sellers are in control. Oh, I got this wrong. This should be daily bearish. My bad. So daily time frame, sellers are in control. 4 hour time frame, buyers. For each bullish. 4 hour time frame, buyers in control. Then I go to the 1 hour time frame and I do the exact same thing. I literally do the same thing on the daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour time frame. Nothing changes across the time frame. I just do the exact same thing. That's what makes my strategy so easy. asking myself, once I get to one time frame, ask myself, who's more in control, buyers or sellers? This is all how I establish direction. So again, buyers are in control here as well. How do I know? We have some equal lows back over here, shifting structure here to go bullish, and we have a higher highs and higher lows. Very, very, very simple. So now I know that the 1 hour time frame is bullish as well. 1 hour bullish. Boom. So looking at this, knowing that the daily time frame is bearish, 4 time frame is bullish, 1 hour time frame is bullish, what would you want to do as a trader? Would you want to take buys in a market that looks like this or sells? By default, the higher probability trade is bullish. Reason being, even if I buy and sell at a random given time, I got a high chance of winning on the buy side than I do on the sell side, simply because I have more time frames here telling you that buys are in control as opposed to sellers being in control. Very fucking simple. So understanding that daily is bearish, 4 hours bullish, 1 hour bullish, I know I should be looking for buy opportunities. Now it's about me as a trader. I'm looking to where do I want to buy at. I don't want to just buy at a random given point of price because that's a little bit too random, right? So I have a system to determine where I want to buy at. So I'll go to 1 hour time frame. I mark off my current high, previous high, current high, low. So look at 1 hour structure. You see price have this was my current high back here. At the moment, this is my previous high sitting right over here, and this was my current high or low back here. These are all levels I marked up. I just put a line here, current high, previous high, current high or low. Right? So price gave us a break and a retracement. I'm looking at price to retest this previous high to the left side to continue. As you can see, this retest failed. But just because this retest failed right over here and it didn't continue up, that doesn't mean I want to try to take sells on the way down. Doesn't mean that. I just simply waited and be patient and wait for the buys to set up. This just let me know that we are now in a retracement phase of overall bullish push. So as you can see, we made a new high above this previous high to the left hand side, confirming that this is a higher high. Now we have a steep retracement phase. Right? I understood that. Fibonacci 2, drawing from the lowest point to the highest point in this push. Now we have price retracing into a discounted area, meaning buying at a low price point. This is 61% retracement of overall bullish push. This 61% retracement also lines up with previous structure, meaning lower low, lower high, equal lows. So this retracement also lines up with this structure point. Let's clean our chart up a little bit. So as you can see, not only do we have support here, this support level also acted as resistance. But again, I wasn't trying to buy off of this level. The level I was looking at was this level. So I simply just waited to see what price does. Price created lower low, lower high, equal lows. Let me know that this is now 1 hour being bearish. Understand that this 1 hour bearish, and like I said before, this 1 hour time frame is now bearish at this moment. But as I said before, the 1 hour was bullish, because it went from bearish to bullish. You might be wondering, well, where did it go from bearish to bullish? Simple. Once price created these equal lows, this is what the highest point price was. This is what the highest point price was up here before making these equal lows. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, price created these equal lows right over here. This is the highest point price was before making these equal lows. Then we have a shift in structure here to go back into bullish. So now my 1 hour time frame went back into bullish structure after having a healthy retracement, rejecting off of a fifth level that aligns up with previous structure to the left hand side. This is how you add confluences on to a high probability trade, right? All of this is aligned, and also this is within side session. So once I seen that price close above the area, which was this previous high that I was looking at, like I said back before, price closed above this wick rejection right over here with a strong bullish engulfing candle, signaling that buyer momentum is strong. Right, that's what I'm looking at. I'll then jump into the 5 minute time frame. Onto the 5 minute time frame, I'm asking myself, well, what is our 5 minute structure? Are we bullish or bearish on the 5 minute time frame? Ask myself the same exact thing. So, price on the 5 minute chart, we have price created some equal highs here. This was a shift in structure to go bearish. We have a lower low, lower high, a lower low, a lower high. Price pushed down, tried to make a new low. We failed. Price started to push back up. Now I'm looking at it, okay, now we may be holding off of this level. If I make my chart a little bit cleaner, now I'm looking at prices holding off of this level. I simply just took my buy as I wanted to. After we have a fib level retracement off of this fib level all the way down here, price broke above our previous and closed our previous high right over here. This lets me know that we are bullish all the way. And then we have a break and retest of this minor level. So we had a break and retest of this minor level. We had a pullback retracement. We have another 1 hour bullish close above this area. This was a bearish fake out. So faking out these sellers right over here as price goes back inside the range. People that sold here all get faked out. We have another bullish close back inside the range, faking out the sellers. Where I decided to take buys, stop loss below these lows after we faked out the sellers, rejected off of the 1 hour fib level. Then my first target was again previous high to the left hand side. So that was the trade idea. Let me make my chart clean as it was before. I just made it a little bit ugly. Now, if I want to take this trade again, we could take bullish trend continuations because we broke above previous high to the left hand side, broke above this high, made a new high over here. We can get a retracement and a trend continuation confirmation on the 5-minute chart, just like we did back here. We can look to take a scaling similar to the one I did on GBP CHF that was back over here. So sometimes I may get scalings into positions that's already running in profit. So let's look at this GBP CHF position back here. This was from Tuesday. And let me pull it up so you know I'm not bullshitting when I say this is from Tuesday. Because I actually made it to a live trading video. I was going to make it to a live trading video. So this was, my PC fucking froze when I made this. So this was supposed to be the first video. My PC fucking froze, so the video didn't fucking save. As you can see, the date right over here, 11/11/2025. So I didn't get the first part of the video. But this was the second part of the video. This is me setting everything up. This is me filling position in my broker. This is my first position right over here. And my first position right over here. I took a scaling down here. And TP1, TP1, TP2, TP2. My first position TP1. It's my second position TP1. It's my first position TP2. My second position TP2. This was a live trading video. Price was running. And then eventually, this was crazy. A little crazy, don't it? I'll plan to get when all this happened. But let's review that trade. That was these two trades back over here. But I just showed y'all that just so y'all know that I don't just be yapping, bro. Any trade you see on the chart here is trades that I actually took, right? Because I don't delete my previous positions. So looking at this GBPCF trade back here, start off on a daily time frame, I do the exact same thing every time. I ask myself who's in market control, buyers or sellers. Back over here, sellers are in market control. How do I know? We're aggressively just bearish and we make it lower lows and lower highs. Right? Let's know sellers are in control. Then let's put it on a chart. So daily bearish. I don't put it on a chart no more. I used to, but if you can't remember and you want to like test this out, type it on a chart for yourself. That way you can have it as a reference and always on the screen. So daily time frame is bearish. Then we go to the 4-hour time frame, do the exact same thing. Ask myself who's in market control. Well, price created some equal lows right over here. This low, this low. This is our lower high. Price came all the way up, created some equal highs up here. Shifted, showing me that we may have some bullish structure. Looking at the bullish pressure, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? So this lets me know that at this moment, our 4-hour was bullish with potential to continue bearish. Reason being is because we failed to make a new high. We reject this area and started to push back down with this wick rejection. Right? This lets me know that price is failing to make a new high with potential to go bearish. So even though our 4-hour is bullish at the moment, we do have potential to continue down just because we didn't close above this high here. Because closures matter a lot. So for here, we're going to put 4-hour bullish, potential to go bearish. Then I'll do the same exact thing on the 1-hour chart. Ask myself who's in market control. Okay. Yeah, ask myself who's in market control. Buyers or sellers. On 1-hour chart, sellers were in control. How do I know? Looking at this bullish price action back over here. You have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, bearish fake out, higher high. Actually, that's too far. Higher high, higher low, higher high, bearish shift. Right? So let's know that our 1-hour time frame is now bearish. where I took the trade at. So we're gonna go back up here, go 1 hour bearish. So looking at this, knowing that our daily is aggressively bearish, our 4 hours bullish with potential to go bearish, our 1 hour time frame is already bearish. It simply just make more sense to look for sell opportunities. There's no way I should be looking to take a buy in a market that sentiment that looks like this. So all I simply did was wait, look for sell opportunities, and I did that how I normally would. Let's lock this. Look at this. Delete. Okay, I didn't do that. Whatever. But now I know that I want to take sells overall. Now I just need to find where I want to sell at. I draw my levels the same way I do all the other ones, right? Mark off my current high. Well, in this case, current lower high, because it's a bearish market. Current lower high, current low, which will be this low right over here, and our previous low, which would be this low back over here. I simply waited for a price to give me a break and retest of this level right over here, or check and see what's to the downside. That's how I got my first position. So if I just move the stop loss so you can see. So this is my first position up here. Price gave me a break below the range, closing with inside the range, closing back inside the range after faking out buyers. This 1 hour bearish close here. Looking at that 1 hour bearish close, down into the 5-minute time frame. Waiting for a retest. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, I need my retest to have structure. So as you can see, price gave me a decent retest on the next 1 hour candle. Price came down and started to break this previous low on the 5-minute time frame. Rather decided to take my sell because we're making a new low. Once I took my sell, has my stop loss based off of the 1 hour chart, which was sitting above my confirmation candlestick high. If you wonder what do I mean by confirmation candlestick, meaning the candle that actually closed below the range, that's my stop loss has to be above that candle. So in this case, this was the candle right over here that closed below the range. My stop loss was above these highs overall, but I overall put it like above the whole entire range. I didn't want the price to wick me out, so I put it up here somewhere. I forgot. But that's what stop loss was, and then I let the trade do what it do. That's the first position. Then it gave me an opportunity to scale in. Now, how do I know price gave me an opportunity to scale in? Because it did the same thing over and over again. The same setup I took right here, it just happened again down here. So I simply just marked off this current wick right over here. This wick right over here also lines up with these equal lows right over here as a level of support. This support level also lines up with a level of resistance right over here. So I'm like, okay, this is a strong level. Let's see if we can get a trade off for this for a scaling. Whether just mark this off like that. Waiting for a break, a retest, and a continuation. Breakout candle, meaning 1 hour candle closing below the range. That was this candle right over here. That's 1 hour closure right over here. Waiting for price to give me a retracement. Drop down to the lower time frame to see the structure on the retracement. I think I used a 5-minute here as well. Going on the 5-minute time frame. Price created this lower low, lower high, lower low. This was our 1 hour candlestick close. This push here shifted our 5-minute from bearish to bullish. So I know that if price could just re-break this previous low, we go back from bullish back to bearish structure alongside our higher time frame already being bearish. So I use this as a scaling. Meaning if price could come down to take this low, I could use this as another entry to scale back in this position and then use my previous position entry as my new position stop loss. So I had this stop loss set at this previous trade entry, had this entry stop loss to break even, and I took a scaling, meaning if I would lose this trade, this would just get broke even. This would just be a 1% loss, and I have potential to hit for a 2 to 4 risk reward. That was this trade idea, and how I came up with the bearish sentiment. Then I simply just look to target this previous low to the left hand side. This was the most recent point. This clean price action to fill, looking left, where we have no levels that invalidate this trade. So this was clean candles to fill in the rest of this range. So I decided to take my rest of my profits here. I did not think this bitch was going to run all the way the fuck down here, but it did. So it is what it is. I'm okay with taking this win up here and not FOMO on this sell. Because price could easily just tap here and reject it, then I could have took a loss. So it is what it is. But I just went on a little rant just now, but hopefully y'all understood that. Hopefully I wasn't talking too fast too, because I've been talking mad fast. Leave it to me, I'm talking too fast all the time. But that's how I establish market sentiment, and that's how I trade. Every trade I take is the same exact trade, win or lose. Actually, let's see my 1%. Let's see my 1% is. trader dashboard. My 1% is dropped, bro. Oh my god, my shit ass. Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot it. So I'm not pulling my whole shit up on the screen right now. Snipping tool screenshot. My 1% was about a 77, so my shit dropped recently. So this my 1% is now about a 63. Still good 1% though, not tripping for. And then we can take another screenshot to show you my account performance. Up about 5% on the month, and November just started. What we halfway through November. I try to target 5% a month, like on average. That's what I'll be making a month on my accounts. But we hit November 11th, November 13th, and we already at 5%. So we should be having a good month right now. And I just took those screenshots from. Oh, I didn't mean to pull the whole thing up on the screen. From my platform dashboard. What is this? Futures, stocks, options, futures, etc. I trade Forex and futures. Well, I trade futures period under the Forex name. So I trade NQ, but instead of trading NQ, it's just called NAS 100. It's the same thing as NQ. Instead of trading YM, I trade US 30. It's the same thing as YM. But I trade on the Forex platforms. You look at dollar index for confluence for USD? No, I don't look at dollar index at all. I treat each individual period as its own price action. I don't care about period correlations. What broker do you use? My personal account broker is Coinex, COINEXX. That's this right over here, COINEXX. My platform I use is Top 1 Traders. So that's Top 1 Trader right over here. Anything for the follow, bro. Welcome to the stream. I'm probably gonna be on here for about another 30 minutes. Then I'm getting off. Cause I wanna play Fortnite. I'm feeling to play Fortnite, not gonna lie. What demo do you recommend? Demo don't even matter. You could use any demo, bro. It's not like you lose anything anyways. Demo don't matter at all, bro. Just if you want a demo, just use whatever account you're gonna use. Like if you're gonna make a good platform, no, I trade platform, yes. For demo, just use whatever broker that you're gonna make a deposit with. So you're gonna make a deposit with Coinex, use the Coinex demo. If you're gonna make a deposit with Owanda, use Owanda demo, whatever case may be. Do my first funded. Bro, if you don't know what you have what it takes to be taking a funded account challenge anyway, then you shouldn't be passing. You shouldn't be taking it a funded account. That's what challenge. This is what I recommend to people all the time. For one, you gotta understand how platforms work. I have friends that own platforms. So understanding how a platform works. First of all, even if you're live trading, like even if you pass the funded phase and they give you a live funded account, right? Your trades are not a part of the real liquidity any fucking way. Your trades are not getting executed. Simple. It's called A booking and B booking. Platforms do it, brokers do it, everybody fucking do it. Especially offshore brokers. Even if you deposit $1,000 of your own personal money into a broker, you're still not a part of the real liquidity in the market. You're still not an active participant. Even if that shit say live, you are still trading demo. Okay? The reason being is because if 95% of traders fail, brokers just take the opposite trade of their customers, and in theory, they should make money if 90% of their customers is fucking failing traders. So if the broker know that I'm a failing trader and I'm depositing money within the account through that broker, and they see me take a sell, they're just gonna fade my shit because in theory, I'm lose majority of the time any fucking way. So they're gonna make money off my loss and they're gonna keep the money that I just lost. Same thing with prop firms, right? Prop firms, if 90% of traders fail, they're making money off of failing traders. They're not, like when they say you got a 10% profit split, your trades are not really a part of the real liquidity. So you're not even really making money. Your shit is still fucking demo. Understanding your shit is still demo. They're paying you 90% of the profit that you made. They just taking a bunch of other people, traders that failed, they challenges shit. They taking all of their money and then giving it to you, hoping that you fail later on, or other people keep failing, and that's how they keep recycling who's getting payouts and who's not getting payouts, so on and so forth. That's how they make money. They make money off of the people that keep buying challenges and failing over and over and over again. So, understanding that, you shouldn't be taking a prop firm challenge until you know it has what it takes to pass it. Somebody wondering, well, how do I know I have what it takes to pass it? Like, how do I know I could pass it? This is the cheat code. You do it without doing it, right? So instead of trading a 10K, a 50K prop firm challenge, whatever the case may be, take $250 to $500 of your own personal money. Put that into your live account, right? But you're not looking to grow that $500 to $1,000 or to 10K. You're not trying to do an account flip. You're just doing it to trade it like a regular fucking account, which 1% per trade is $5 a trade. That's not. It's not. If you lose, so for what? It's $5, bro. Right? You're not going to blow that $500 account in 3-4 trades because you only risk 1% per trade. That's how you practice proper risk management. And the rules that the prop firm will make you follow. You apply those same set of rules to your own personal $500 account. Meaning, if it has a 5% daily drawdown, don't lose more than 5% on your own personal account. If it has 10% max drawdown, don't lose more than 10% on your overall account, or you start all over and reset the balance back to 500. Keep doing it. Keep resetting the balance back to 500. Like if you lose $50, make another $50 deposit. Put it back to 500 and start all over. Right? So the rules that the prop firm make you follow, apply those same set of rules to your own personal account. Once you apply those same set of rules in your own personal account, so you have a 10% profit target, you know that you will pass the account at $550. It's 10%. So grow the $500 account to $550 versus 1% per trade the right way. Once you grow it to $550, withdraw to $50. Do it again. Withdraw to $50. Do it again. Withdraw to $50. Now you did it 3 times in a row, meaning if it was a live prop firm account, you would have passed it 3 times. Right? Also, that builds your confidence up that going into the prop firm, that way, going into the prop firm, you know what it takes because you already did it 3 times consecutively, right? Not only that, you take that $150 that you just withdrew from the markets and then you use that to buy the prop firm challenges. That way, if you still fail that fucking challenge, you come out of pocket nothing because you just reinvested the market money that the market already gave you when you make that $150 withdrawal. And you still keep your $500 in pocket or in your personal account. It's a win-win-win all across the fucking board. And then all you have to do when it comes to trading the prop firm challenge, once you actually purchase it, all you got to do is do what you did 3 times already. So the same risk management approach you had, use that. The same system you had when you trading, use that. If you're trading fair value gaps, keep trading fair value gaps. If you're trading support resistance, keep trading support resistance. No matter what you're doing, the whole system that you had trading your own personal $500 account, take that same approach to the prop firm space. If you use risk of 1% per trade, take that same 1% per trade and do it in the prop firm space. Nothing fucking changes. You just take the same system and just do it again. Because you already did it 3 times. Your confidence is already going to be through the roof because you know you can already do it. That's really the cheat code to prop firm. Like it shouldn't be, if you can't do it on your own personal account, shouldn't be trying to, if you can't manage $500, how the fuck can you manage 50K, 100K, so on and so forth? Think about it if you was the platform owner and this was like a real like investment and you was the investor. Somebody came to you and said, "Can I get 100K to trade with? I'm a professional trader. I know how to trade." And they can't manage $500 of their own money. Are you gonna give them your 100K? Fuck no. So you don't deserve to be a for the trader if you can't even manage $500 of your own fucking money. That's just the harsh reality of trading. Instead of my own 500, why not paper trade using platform rules? That could work, but it don't teach you anything because trading involves emotion. Paper trading, you have no emotion tied to work because it's not your own fucking money. You don't know you're not going to understand what it feels like to actually win or lose. You're not going to know what it feels like to request that 10% withdrawal like you would do on a platform space. So paper trading, it could do it, but I think it's more beneficial of your own money first. I think it's more beneficial of your own money if you already know what you're doing as a trader, just because it involves your emotion, the emotional side of trading, and not just a demo money. I don't really care. You get to know what it feels like to actually see your account getting built over time, knowing that you can request this money anytime you want. It implements the emotional side of trading. So before you buy another platform account, work paper trade until you're comfortable. After you get comfortable paper trading, deposit money into your own personal account, and then take those same platform rules, apply to the personal account, and try to stack wins. Right? Do 10% 3 times in a row, and then you buy. Then you take that withdrawal, that 10% withdrawal, that's $150 of a $500 account. That's 30%. 3 times. Well, it's 10% 3 times, which is 30% total. Take that $150, then you go put it into a platform space. If you fail that platform, you reset. Do the $500 again, 3 more times. Grow it to 100. Grow it 10% 3 times. That's another $150. Take that 150, then you do it again. What can you trade with $500? Don't you have to buy a full share at least? No. So trading stocks is different than trading Forex or futures. Forex or futures is leverage trading. So you get leverage. I started trading 5 years ago. It took me about 2.5 years to become profitable. For the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I've been consistently profitable. My first 2.5 years was just me straight donating people to. Yeah, so if a stock price is $250, yes, it costs you gotta buy a full share, whatever the case may be. But not when you're trading with leverage. When you're trading with leverage, you could buy like when you're trading with leverage, you don't need that kind of size. I think there's leverage trading in the stock market as well too, to be honest. Because you're not buying the whole stock hoping that it goes up in value, right? You're betting that it goes up in value. So you're betting on it instead of buying it. Similar, but a little bit different. Just with the leverage included. I guess as far as learning how it works, it took 2 years. So no, I knew how it worked within my first 3 or 4 months, but I just lacked all of the characteristic it takes to become a profitable trader. Like I was over trading, I was greedy, I was FOMOing, like my risk management was bad. So I knew how to trade in theory. Like I knew how to do technical analysis, I knew how to break down a chart, but all of the side quest shit that it takes to become profitable is what I lacked. That's why it took me 2 years, 2.5 years to become profitable instead of just in the first couple months. So like a low bankroll trade with leverage. Explain leverage for me one more time. So leverage. So if a broker offers you 1 to 10 leverage, right? That's on the low end, right? Brokers offer shit like 1 to 500 leverage. So, but in theory, if broker offers you 1 to 10 leverage, that's like the regulated amount. For every dollar that you put into that account, it will match you $10. So, if you put $100 into an account, it will equate to $1,000 in buying power when it comes to how much lot sizes or contract sizes you use per position. So it will match you $10 for every dollar you deposit. If I deposit $1,000 at a 1 to 10 leverage, that $1,000 deposit will get treated as 10K in buying power when it comes to actually calculating lot sizes or contract size. Lot sizes for Forex, contracts for futures. That's how leverage works. So the broker just give you leverage, and that way you can trade with more size. But it's a double-edged sword. The more leverage you have, meaning you can make more money. But if you're somebody that's inexperienced, having access to more leverage could hurt you because you're going to just lose your money a lot faster. So basically, you have to go through the money. Everybody's trading journey is different, right? I know people that have been trading for 6 months and found profitability, right? Trading is not hard to do. It's easy to do when it was easy to learn. It's hard because it tests your character as a person. It tests you how you are as a person. Are you somebody that's routine based? Are you somebody that's stoic? Are you somebody that's emotional? Are you somebody that's greedy? Are you somebody that compare yourself to other people's results all the time? Like, it tests you as a person, your character. And that's what makes it hard. Because it's character development. Unavoidably character development. Are you somebody that's disciplined? Or do you do good with routine? Can you stick to the same setup over and over again, even when you're losing? How do you handle adversity? Are you persistent? Are you somebody that just take a couple losses and quit? Are you switching from pair to pair all the time? Or switching from job to job all the time? Shit like that. So it tests your character. That's what made it hard for me, because my character was fucked up as a person, not necessarily as a trader. But what directly correlated to me in my trading life. How do I get leverage from Robinhood? I'm not sure. I've never used Robinhood, bro. I'm not too familiar with the stock market or how the brokers when the stock market work. I use Coinbase, but I don't trade with leverage when it comes to Coinbase. And I use Coinbase for crypto. So Robinhood ain't it? Nah. It's probably a way to trade with leverage on Robinhood. There's probably other brokers out there that support stock trading with leverage, but I just can't tell you because I don't trade stocks. I know how to trade stocks. Like, I know how it works because I trade pure technical analysis, so I could trade stock market if I wanted to, but I can't personally tell you how it works. So you gotta do some of your own research on that. I try to only talk about stuff that I know from experience, and I never experienced trading with leverage or Robinhood. I'm Apex 50K futures. I have a 25K drawdown. Just need to hit 53K to pass. So 50K, $2,500 in drawdown. That's for 5% drawdown. 1% of 50K is 500. 250 divided, yes, 5%. 5% drawdown. Gotta hit 53K. That's 7% profit. So you got a 5% max drawdown with 7% profit target. Look at gold. You got the break, still no retest. Hey, you got the break, no retest. Okay, EJ gave us a retest. You got a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart has no structure, so no trade there. 5-minute chart has to have structure for me to take a break and retest set up. No structure, no trade. My phone just went off. What would you say is like the most important thing to learn? Hold on real quick. I would say the most important thing to learn is, based off the way I trade, I would say, like, if I was just starting off. So if you're starting off like completely beginner, zero, day one, like, you gotta understand the vocabulary first. So you gotta understand what everything means. You gotta understand what a pip is, like the basics. Like, that's just the most important. Because if you don't understand the vocabulary, you're not gonna understand what I'm saying. I tell you, we got clean range of fills on the left hand side, and our stop loss is 15 pips. You're not even gonna know what the fuck pips is, right? So the most important thing to learn as a beginner is just the vocabulary and what words mean. Because trading is like learning a new language. I never heard what pips was until I started learning how to trade. So shit like that. But other than that, as far as like technical analysis wise, the most important thing to learn is being able to identify who's in control of on each time frame, buyers or sellers. That is literally the most important thing. Because look at it like this. Okay, I got a question for y'all. This is an analogy I use all the time. Because I treat trading like a game. Because at the end of the day, it's gambling. It's a fucking game. That's how I treat it. So I got a question for everybody. Anybody? Y'all can answer this in the chat. We're gonna play the game. This is the rules of the game. I have 3 crayons. I put all three of the crayons in the bag. I shake the bag up at random. You are the player. Put your hand inside the bag and pull out 1 random crayon, right, out of the 3. Now, the crayons can either be 2 colors. It can either be blue or red. You can't see through the bag. Just put your hand in the bag and pull out 1 random crayon. But you will be able to see what color the crayons are before I put them in the bag, right? You bet $1,000 every time you play. So if you wanted to play, you gave me $1,000. If you pull out the right color crayon that you bet on, I give you back $2,000. Meaning, I give you back $1,000 that you originally bet, and an additional $1,000, just meaning I give you back. You made $1,000 profit. Okay. Y'all understand the rules of the game so far? Okay. So this is how I treat trading. If I showed you in my hand that I have 2 blue crayons and 1 red crayon, I put all 3 of the crayons in a brown paper bag. You can't see in the bag. I shake the bag up at random. And you play the game. You give me $1,000, you put it in the bag. What crayon do you think you're gonna pull out? Or you're gonna bet you're gonna pull out? Knowing that it's 2 blue crayons in the bag and 1 red one. Tell me what color you're gonna bet on and why. Okay, blue. Okay, why? Because there's 2. Better odds. Exactly. So knowing that the chances of you pulling out a blue crayon is a lot higher than it is to pull out a red one, because you know that there's more 2 blue crayons in the bag as opposed to just being 1, you're gonna bet on the blue. Now, does that mean you're not gonna pull out a red crayon sometime? Nah. Okay, so you know sometimes you're gonna pull out a red crayon just because it's still inside the bag. That's how I treat trading. It's a game. Each crayon represents a different time frame. The color of the crayon is determined by who's in control of that time frame. So, if the daily time frame is bullish, in my head mentally, 1 blue crayon is going inside the bag. If the 4-hour time frame is bearish, in my head mentally, 1 red crayon is going inside the bag. If the 1-hour time frame is bearish, mentally, 1 red crayon is going inside the bag. So by default, it makes more sense to bet on the sells or to trade with the sells, look for selling opportunities, than it is to look for buy opportunities, just because I got more time frames telling me that sellers are in control. That's how simple it is. Literally. At the end of the day, the market can either go 2 ways, up or down. There's no in between. The market either gaining in value or losing in value. So if you can be on the right side of the market just by betting on the right color crayon majority of the time, you're going to make money. That doesn't mean I'm not going to lose sometimes, even though I know it's more crayons in the bag, red crayons in the bag than it's blue. Doesn't mean I'm not going to pull out blue sometimes. Same thing with trading. Just because I know that sellers are in control, that doesn't mean sellers are going to win. So sometimes the buyers still might push the market down because it may be a reversal or stuff like that. And I may lose that trade. That is okay. I'm going to still bet on the red crayons every single fucking time. Just because I know that there's more red in the bag than there are blue. And like, it's easy to critique or to improve when you're trading with this way that I trade based off of who's in more control. Because if I was to take this trade right over here, right, and this trade hit my stop loss first and then went higher, that means I bet on the right color crayon. Just that I put my hand in the bag at the wrong time. I should have let him shake it up a little bit more first. Should have been a little bit more patient. Tell him, hold on, keep shaking that motherfucker. I ain't ready yet. You feel me? So if price was to hit my stop loss first before continuing higher, I mean, I lost a trade, but overall went the way I intended it for it to go. That just simply means that I was too early, or I was too aggressive, or my stop loss just wasn't big enough for that kind of trade. So it's easy to critique that stuff, and that way, the next time you come across this same kind of setup, you know how to approach it. It's easy to say, okay, next time I need to have a bigger stop loss. Let me just adjust my stop loss real quick. Take the same setup, but just adjust the stop loss. Or maybe I took this trade too early. Let me wait for we're deeper into session. Or maybe let me wait for a closure candle next time instead of market execution. Let me use a buy limit next time instead of market execution. Like, it's easy to critique that and simplify it to improve as a trader. And vice versa. If the trade hits my stop loss and continues to go down after I bet on the red color crayon, it's easy to just say, okay, I lost this trade because I was wrong about the direction and I got caught in a reversal. Simple. It's easy to tell why you're losing versus why you're winning. I mean, and what can you do to have won that trade? It's easy to weed out the mistakes when you're trading this way. That's why I like to say I got the easiest trader strategy to learn. You trade Forex, no stocks. Yeah, I trade Forex, no stocks. Forex and crypto, no stocks, right? Yes. But my crypto portfolio is more long-term investments. I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna get off in the next 2 minutes. So I'm gonna talk for a little bit for another 2 minutes. Thanks for the new engagement we got in the stream today, bro. Shout out to y'all boys and girls. If the girls in here, I don't know. Shout out to y'all though. Coinbase is a broker? Yes. Coinbase is a platform you could just download. Will you go live again, bro? I don't even know. I just go live whenever I get bored, bro. Anything you see here to the right is what I trade. So I trade everything you see here. I rank my pairs based off of the highest quality setups versus the lower quality setups. So when I first come on the chart, I break down all these pairs here and identify where I want to buy it versus where I want to sell at, and so on and so forth. If price is nowhere near where I want to trade at, I just don't look at it. And I rank these from the highest probability to lowest probability because I only take high probability trades. At the end of the day, if I'm looking to take a trade, I'm only taking the high quality setups. So if something is low quality, I just won't look at it. I'll put it to the bottom. Then I'll pick like 3 or 4 and I'll bookmark them, which is red flag. And these will be the trades that I focus on for this session. So like for UJ, I was looking at UJ. I was like, okay, buyers are in control above this level, so they're in control below this level. But based off where price is currently at, I don't want to trade this. So I just put it to the bottom. GU, I was looking at price overall ranging. Buyers are in control above this level. Sellers are in control below this level. Where it's currently at, this is nowhere near where I want to buy or sell at. So instead of sitting here watching this, knowing that this price is nowhere near where I want it to be, instead of trying to look at it, I just look at something more clean. Same thing with NAS 100. Okay, buys above here, sells below here. Price is over on the range. Instead of sitting here trying to look at this shit, knowing that's doing nothing or nowhere near where I want it to be, I just trade something that's a lot more clean or a lot higher probability, which was EU. I was looking at buys above this area. AU, I was looking at buys above this area. As you can see, we got the breakout, just didn't get the retest. AU, I was looking at buys above this area, we got the breakout here, just not the retest. And EJ got the break in the retest, and the trade started to run. But I just didn't take it because I was already in this. So I trade everything you see here, but I rank them from the highest probability trades for the lowest quality trades, and then I only focus on the high quality trades. Did you pay to learn from someone, or did you gain your own info through the internet? So I paid for mentorship. I went on YouTube and watched some people that watch a lot of YouTube videos. Then I quickly learned that YouTube is just a highlight tape for traders, right? Same thing. If I go on YouTube and I look at Stephen Curry basketball highlights, he's gonna look like the best point guard of all time just because it's his highlight tape. He's only gonna show his best moments, his best plays, right? So on and so forth. Same thing with YouTube. If you look at a trader's YouTube channel, of course, it's gonna look like he knows what he's talking about. Of course, it's gonna look like he's a profitable trader. Of course, it's gonna look like he knows what he's doing because he's only gonna be posting the trades that he wins. But you're not gonna see what happens behind the scenes, or how many times he's lost before he posted that one trade that had a 4-1 reward. Like you didn't see that before he got that one win. He took 6, 7 of the losses before that. You don't see that shit. So once I learned that, I'm like, okay, let me stop watching YouTube videos so much because everybody look like they know what they're talking about. And this YouTube is free, so there's a lot of false information out there. So instead, let me just find somebody that do it on live stream for free first. And then if I fuck with that person as a live streamer, then I will pay for their services. So I went on YouTube, I was watching people that live stream. I was watching Daniel Savage live stream. I was watching Dr. Dollar live stream. I was watching Luca No Limit live stream. I was watching Mamba FX live trade because I was in his signals. He did a live trade in there, right? So once I found somebody that stuck with me that I really learned from that live trade for free, I pay for their mentorship. That way I get the one-on-one coaching. So I started off with YouTube for free, and then once I found somebody that live trade and I understood the way they trade and I understood how they explain stuff and like that, I went and paid for their services. Good shit with your strategy. You made it simple enough. Appreciate it. Keep going. No problem. Bro. Thanks for talking about shit. What's the funded account game? Funded account is just paying a small fee to get access to a large portion of capital to be able to scale pretty fast as a trader. But it's only good for the people that know how to trade, right? If you're somebody that don't really know how to trade, there's no point in trying to get access to funded accounts because you're just gonna fail them anyways. What's your strat? I trade break and retest of support and resistance levels. I trade break and retest of support and resistance levels with higher time frame market sentiment. So I establish a daily bias or a session bias, and I take trades that only support that pro trend bias based off of support and resistance levels, break and retest. How long have you been trading for? I was trading for end of this year, make 5 years. I do a lot of stuff outside of trading. Like I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have other businesses outside of trading. Nice things. How you feel about JR bootcamp vids? TGR. I think you meant TGR. His bootcamp vids is definitely beginner friendly. I do like the way he teaches stuff. He makes it pretty simple, but a couple of his concepts is flawed. Well, I'm not gonna say it's flawed. Like he teaches fair value gaps, right? But I'm not gonna say it's flawed because his concepts are not flawed. His concepts are actually right, but it's too vague for people to get misunderstandings. But if you're a new trader, I definitely will say watch TGR just to understand how to establish market sentiment and things of that nature, to see who's in market control, stuff like that. But the way TGR teaches his concept, like it's too much gray area for people to get misunderstood. Like he may say something and intend for it to mean something one way, but that viewer is not comprehending it like that, and they trying to apply it to other stuff, that concept to other stuff, and it doesn't correlate and give you false results. Like he trade fair value gaps, right? He draws fair value gaps with a 3 candlestick pattern, mark off the highest wick for the first candle, the lowest body, the lowest wick on the third candle. That's how you trade fair value gap, right? And he say, wait for a price to pull back to a fair value gap, discount price, wait for confirmation, entry confirmation, we'll take the trade. So yes, that is like a way to trade, but it's people taking that foundation and applying it to any fair value gap. Like, okay, fair value gaps, yes, you see fair value gaps all over the place, but you don't want to just put up random places. Like you want to trade off of a fair value gap that's pro trend. You want to trade off of a fair value gap that is relatively close to, or one draw off a fair value gap that could get reacted off of. You're going to see a bunch of different fair value gaps. You do wait for entry confirmations after it attaches that level. Don't just buy in once it attaches that level. Like I see people that live trade on TikTok that's just buying straight off of a fair value gap. I'm like, bro, it just touched the level. It didn't even give you a reaction. It didn't slow down the momentum first. It just touched the level. It didn't slow down the momentum. Candlesticks didn't get smaller. Didn't see a reversal pattern. Didn't see a bullish engulfing. Like you just buy it because it's in a fair value gap. In reality, That's recipe for disaster because you're gonna see fair value gaps all the time. Just like you see support resistance levels all the time. You see them everywhere. It's like you see supply and demand levels everywhere. You're gonna see multiple levels on every single chart. So because it gives you that gray area of understanding based off the teacher and the student, it gives you that false narrative or unwavering results to where it won't be like as accurate as he intended it to be, just because you got that gray area of misunderstanding. Yes, that's true. Like even if you follow their strat and they say, "Oh, you misread this confluence." Yes, that is true. But the reason why you have that misread of confluence or is because that gray area of misunderstanding that you didn't understand something the way they intended for you to understand, but you couldn't get clarity because it's a YouTube video and not necessarily a conversation that you're having with the person that you're learning from. So that's why I'll tell you watch the live trade. With that live trade, if you have a question about something they're explaining, you can ask that question and they can clarify or give you a better way to explain it the way that way you could understand it. You don't get that off of YouTube video and boot camps and shit like that. That's why I always tell people to watch people that live trade. Can you show me some examples of those fair value gaps and volatile entries or not? No, I can't. I don't trade fair value gaps, so I'm the wrong person to show you that. I mean, like I know how they work, but I don't trade it, so I can't tell you how to trade it. Like I understand the concept behind it, I understand how it works, but I'm not gonna mislead you myself, telling you to trade some shit that I don't even fucking trade. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for everybody that stopped by the stream though. Matter of fact, we're gonna wait for TV3 to get hit. Yeah, fuck it. Let's wait for TV3 to get hit. We like right here. Who you recommend to learn from again? Um, trades by side. Trades by side. SCI. I can show you what this shit look like. The reason why I say trades by side is because he trades similar to the way I trade, and he breaks stuff down pretty good. So you got a whole basic simple price action trading course right here, just basic simple price action. So I never watched it, but I'm pretty sure some good stuff here. They be hating no cuz bad man. I don't care. I don't care about trading community, bro. You're gonna get hate anywhere. If you're not getting hate, you're not doing something good. You're not doing something good, bro. Everybody gonna get hate. Like you can't please everybody, bro. Like hating is just like losing a trade. I can't avoid it. You can't avoid losing. You're gonna lose some trades. You can't avoid people hating on you. People gonna hate regardless. So it is what it is. It's important that you as a person are able to develop your own opinion about a person instead of just going off of what everybody else is saying. Being able to think independently for yourself. So if you don't know the person, that's why people like before I started live trading on TikTok, people would ask me about TGI, with TGR. I'm like, bro, I don't know who that is. I don't know what it is. I can't give you an opinion on somebody that I don't know. Like I always say that. So like now that I've watched some of his content, like I know I'm pretty familiar with who he is now. But like at first I didn't know who he was, so I couldn't. I was telling people like I can't give you an opinion on somebody that I don't know. I don't watch it for myself. I hear stuff about him, but I can't give you an opinion about him. So like watch him. Watch if you feel like people are hating on Trade by Side, or you don't want to watch him, whatever case may be, or just goes for anybody, TDR, etc. Like just watch a couple of their stuff, see if you could pick up what they're trying to put down, etc., and develop your own opinion of that person for yourself. Just be seeing the slander now, yeah, for real. Same thing with Alex G, bro. Everybody hates on Alex G and say he a scammer, he faked this, he faked that, whatever the case may be, right? He's just a course seller. In theory, if that was the case and he's just a course seller, is somebody somewhere still making money off the way he trades. or that the way he advertises trading, whatever the case may be. Still people, he still got people that's profitable up under him. So even if he did $100 to a mil challenge and he faked it, so the fuck what? He faked it, so what? It doesn't discredit his trading strategy because time and time again he's shown withdrawals and live traded and things of that nature. So it doesn't matter if he faked it or not, bro. You know, $100 to a mil does sound crazy as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, 100% that sounds crazy, but it's not for me to believe it or not. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It does me no benefit to believe it. He did it legit or he fucking faked it. Don't do me no benefit. But it doesn't discredit him as a teacher when it comes, or as an educator when it comes to team trading. So, but hate is gonna come with it. Hate is gonna come with popularity, bro. I'm wrapping up here though. We just hit TP3. I just got filled out of this position. This was a good solid trade. Hit a 1 to 3 risk reward. Pretty nice. Your boy Trader Holiday. I'm wrapping this up here. I'm gonna go live again another day. Possibly tomorrow. Might not be tomorrow. Might be next week. But if you're in my Discord community, I do send announcements whenever I go live. So that's the wrong thing. That was Pandora. So I do send an announcement when I go live or when I post a YouTube video. I didn't even post a YouTube video this week. Somebody yesterday from live chat said to do a new video breakdown of my step-by-step how to trade my strategy. So I'm gonna make a new video on how to trade my strategy step-by-step on YouTube this weekend. But what those kind of announcements when I live trade, whatever the case may be, come in the Discord. It's free. Send me. I think the link should be in my bio. If it's not in my bio, send me a message on TikTok, and I will send you the link for free. You should hold. I'm gonna wrap this up here though, chat.